All right, influence. So parents, what is it? Why is it important for you? Well, influence really is the ability for you to make your kids do anything or get them to do anything or inspire them, motivate them, encourage them, challenge them, get them to do stuff. Right? The truth is, really, you can't make your kids do anything. And this is where a lot of you get into trouble, is you keep trying to make your kids do stuff, make them do things the way that you want them to, and it doesn't work that way. So because they're not doing it the way you want, then what do? You threaten, you intimidate, you yell, you push, you shove. You find ways to get their attention to motivate them to take action, although in my case, I actually wouldn't call it motivation, I would call it manipulation. Because for me, motivate is when we both get to win, manipulate, only one of us wins. And I don't really care what happens to you. And unfortunately, I see a lot of parents, well-meaning, love their kids, they're bullies and they're jerks. Because the way they talk to their kids, they would never tolerate, never, my wife does that so much better, they would never tolerate being told or talked to the way that they talk to their kids. And for some reason, it's like, I don't know, they think that they're allowed to because I'm bigger, I'm older, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. Thanks, Bill Cosby. That's not a healthy relationship, just so you know. It's a very massive imbalance of power. So this idea of influence, well, how do you get your kids to do stuff? Threatening, bribery, intimidation, those are all forms of, in my world, manipulation, not motivation. They're not a win-win game, it's a win-lose game. Because if you don't do what I say, I'm going to give you pain. That doesn't motivate people for very long, and then you wonder why your teenagers push back against you and don't like you and think you're a jerk. Well, because you're childish and manipulative, that's why. And I hate to break it to you, but I got to be honest with you that this is the deal. If you want your kids to have a different relationship with you, then you have to relate to them differently too. So if you find yourself with a young kid pushing back against you, cool, you got a leader or a potential leader. The thing is that they're challenging your authority, great. So then that means you're operating out of positional authority, not influence. Does this make sense? When you learn how to influence your kids, they begin to do the things that you suggest, not tell them to do, the things you suggest or the things you request, but they begin to do that stuff because they have a different relationship with you, a different energy. This is why I'm able to, in my career, work with families and kids of all different makes and models and shapes and sizes and colors and orientations and ethnicities and religions and all kinds of stuff. And I can build traction with them and I can begin to move forward. And it's because I come in from a place of no judgment and I look for, well, what's influencing them and how can I leverage that or how can I use that to influence them to help them get where they say they want to go, right? They say they want this or they want that, but then their behavior blocks it from happening. Oh, okay. A couple little tweaks, a couple little adjustments and things run smooth. Awesome, I did my job, collect my paycheck and off I go. So this is the idea I want to offer to you is how do you get influence with your kids? So that's something for you to think about, and we'll talk about this in another clip, but just remember, influence is the #1 skill you need, or the #1 thing you need to lead your children. If you're going to pull someone your direction, you have to influence them. You have to catch their imagination, catch their attention, and draw them somewhere. Does this make sense? Okay, so we'll talk more about how do you get influence and what is the critical skill that you need. We'll catch that on the next clip. So you make it a fantastic day, and feel free, leave me comments down below. You agree, you disagree, you think I'm full of it, you think that that was awesome or amazing, or hey, I never thought of it that way. Awesome. I love your feedback, and I love to get more perspective because it helps me to grow and expand as well, and it builds my influence and my ability to influence. So you make it a fantastic day, and I will see you when I see you.